1 Corinthians 15 verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brothers and sisters, be steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the work of the Lord, knowing that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. This passage is a call to remain steadfast and immovable, even when circumstances seem discouraging. God calls us to be abundant in His work, knowing that every act of service in His name has an eternal purpose. The Lord reminds us that our work for Him is never in vain because every seed planted in His work will be harvested in due time. This is the encouragement we need to keep moving forward, knowing that we are building something of eternal value. Let us unite in prayer. Lord, this morning I come to You with a grateful heart. I thank You for Your constant presence in my life and for Your faithfulness that never fails. I know that You are my strength and my rock, and so I present myself before You, asking that You strengthen and guide me throughout this day. May I be steadfast in my faith, even in the face of difficulties and challenges that may arise. Father, I ask that You help me be abundant in Your work. Let me not do just the minimum, but may my heart always be willing to give my best for You. Let me serve with joy, knowing that every action, no matter how small, has eternal value in Your eyes. May I live this day seeking to honor You in all that I do, and may my life be a reflection of Your grace and love. Lord, as I start this day, I ask that You grant me the strength I need to remain firm in my walk with You. I know there are moments when discouragement and doubt try to pull me away from the purpose You have for me, but I choose to trust in Your faithfulness. Let Your presence be my anchor, sustaining me in the midst of storms and guiding me along safe paths. Father, help me remember that the work I do in Your name is not in vain. Every effort, every sacrifice, and every prayer has an eternal impact and contributes to the advancement of Your kingdom. May I be confident that You are using my life, even when I cannot immediately see the results. May my faith be renewed as I trust in Your plans and Your provision. As I face challenges today, may I remain calm and confident in You. May my first reaction to difficulties be to seek Your presence, knowing that You are my source of strength and wisdom. Let me not allow circumstances to determine my attitude, but may my trust in You always be greater than any problem I face. Lord, may I be a blessing to those around me. Through my words and actions, may I inspire others to seek Your presence and trust in Your love. Let me be an example of faith, perseverance, and dedication, showing that even in the midst of difficulties, it is possible to remain steadfast in Your work. May Your name be glorified in all that I do. Father, may this day be an opportunity to grow in my walk with You. Let me learn more about Your will and Your word, and may my relationship with You deepen more and more. Let my life be an offering of worship to You, and in all that I do, may I seek to glorify Your name. At the end of this day, may I look back and see how You were with me every step of the way. Lord, I know the world around me is full of distractions and temptations, but I choose to focus on You and Your purpose for my life. May my mind and heart always be focused on what is eternal, and may I not be swayed by the fleeting things of this world. Let me live each moment with the awareness that I am here to serve You and fulfill the purpose You have given me. Father, help me be constant in my walk with You. I know there will be days when fatigue and difficulties will seem to want to stop me, but I choose to trust that You are my strength. May my faith be unwavering, and may I continue to walk with perseverance, knowing that You are by my side. Let me feel Your presence guiding and strengthening me with every step I take. Lord, I ask that You help me be abundant in Your service, not out of obligation, but out of love and gratitude. May my motivation for serving not be in earthly rewards, but in the desire to please You and do Your will. In all things, may my heart be full of joy, knowing that I am contributing to Your kingdom and to Your glory. May my life be a living testimony of Your goodness and faithfulness. As others see my steadfastness and constancy in Your work, may they be inspired to seek You and trust in Your word. Let me be an example of someone who lives to serve You and puts You first in everything. Through my life, may Your name be exalted and glorified. Father, I ask that You help me live this day in a way that pleases You. In every choice I make, may I seek your will and your guidance. May my heart always be aligned with yours, and in all things, may I live to glorify your name. At the end of this day, full of hope, knowing that you have plans for my good. Even when circumstances seem difficult, may I trust that you are working for my benefit. Let my life be a reflection of this hope, and may I inspire others to trust in you and surrender their lives to you. Lord, I ask that you help me live with a spirit of gratitude, even when the results of my work are not immediately visible. I know you see every effort and reward those who seek you with sincerity. May my motivation always be to please you, and in all things, may I live with the certainty that you are working in my life and through me. Father, may my life be a pleasing offering to you. As I rise each morning, may I have the sincere desire to serve you and glorify your name. May my work, my words, and my attitudes be an expression of the love I have for you, and at the end of this day, may I praise and thank you for your constant presence and faithfulness. Lord, throughout this day, I ask that I remain constant and faithful in my pursuit of you. Even in the face of difficulties, may I not give up on following you and serving your kingdom. Let me be like a soldier ready for battle, always alert and ready to fulfill your call. May my faith be strengthened as I face each challenge, and may I see your power at work in my life. Father, help me recognize that my strength does not come from myself, but from you. In every moment of weakness, may I turn to you and find the support I need. Let me never try to face battles alone, but may I always be aware that you are the one who fights for me and gives me victory. In all things, may I depend completely on you. Lord, may my work in your service be done with dedication and excellence. Let me not be content with doing just what is necessary, but may I always be willing to give my best for you. Let me live with the constant desire to see your kingdom grow and be part of what you are doing in the world. May my life be a tool in your hands, used for your glory. As I serve you, may I find joy and fulfillment. I know you created me with a purpose, and my life has value when I am living that purpose. Let my joy be in doing your will, and may I never forget the privilege it is to serve the Almighty God. As I live this day, may I experience the fullness that only comes from being in your presence and fulfilling your will. Father, as I move forward today, may I always be aware that my labor in the Lord is never in vain. Even if I do not see the results immediately, may I remain steadfast, knowing that every seed planted will bear fruit in due time. May my faith be unshakable, and at the end of this day, may I thank you for all that you have done in my life and through me. Lord, I stand before you at this moment, asking that my life be a reflection of your love. May I live in a way that inspires others to seek you and trust in your goodness. Through my actions, may people see the difference you make in my life and feel the desire to know you. May my life be a living testimony of the transformation that only you can bring. Father, may I always have a grateful heart, recognizing all the blessings you have poured out on me. Instead of focusing on difficulties, may I choose to praise you for all you have done and will do. May my gratitude be evident in my words and actions, and may I live each day as an expression of praise and worship to you. Lord, may I be constant in my devotion to you. I know the journey will not always be easy, but I ask that you strengthen me to keep going even when circumstances are difficult. May my faith be unshakable, and may I never allow difficulties to pull me away from your purpose. May I live each day seeking to be more like Christ and grow in my walk with you. Father, help me live with a spirit of service, willing to help and bless those around me. In every opportunity, may I be a blessing in the lives of others, and may my actions reflect your love. Through me, may people feel your care and presence, and may I be an instrument of transformation in your hands. Lord, as I rise today, I ask that you give me a heart full of faith and trust. May I live each moment of this day with the certainty that you are by my side, guiding and sustaining me. May I remember that my labor for you is significant, even if I do not see immediate results. May my hope always be grounded in your promise that nothing I do in you is in vain. Father, help me keep my mind focused on what is eternal. Let me not be distracted by the fleeting things of this world, but let me place my trust in what is enduring and true. May my actions reflect the desire to glorify your name, and as I serve you, may I find purpose and joy. Let my life be an example of someone who chooses to seek your kingdom above all. Lord, I know that many times I face difficulties that make me question my ability to continue, but I choose to trust that you are my strength. In every weakness, may I see an opportunity to depend even more on you and experience your power in my life. As I face challenges, may I not look at my limitations, but at the greatness of the God who called me and who never fails. Father, grant me the grace to be steadfast and faithful in my commitment to you. May my faith not be shaken by circumstances, but instead be strengthened each day. May I find in your word the guidance I need to live according to your will and to face the spiritual battles that arise. May I be empowered to fight the good fight of faith. Lord, may my life be a constant expression of praise and gratitude. Let me live each day seeking to be a blessing to others and showing your love to everyone I meet. As I live for you, may I see the fruits of the work I do in your name, and may those fruits glorify your name and grow your kingdom. At the end of this day, may I praise you for all you have done. Lord, I know that many times the journey may be arduous and full of challenges, but I hold on to the promise that you are with me. May I never lose sight of the value of the work I do in your name, even if the results are not immediately visible. May my faith be renewed daily, and as I put you first, may I find the strength to keep moving forward. Father, may my faith not depend on favorable circumstances, be a blessing in the lives of others. May my life be a reflection of your goodness and love. Lord, as I close this day, I want to be sure that I lived for your purpose and that in all things I sought to glorify your name. May my trust in you be renewed every morning, and may my faith be an example to all those around me. At the end of this day, may I praise you for your faithfulness and your constant care. Lord, I thank you for this new day and for the opportunity to live once again in your presence. May I begin and end this day with a heart full of gratitude, recognizing that every moment is a gift from you. May my heart always be attentive to your voice and guidance, and as I come before you in the morning, may I surrender my entire being into your care. Father, may I live with the awareness that the work I do for you has eternal value. Even in the small tasks, may I see the importance of serving with excellence and dedication. Let my motivation always be to please you and not seek recognition from man. May I know that as I serve you, I am contributing to something much greater than myself, something that brings glory to your name and makes a difference in eternity. Lord, help me be constant in my walk with you. Throughout this day, may I always seek to be in your presence and aligned with your will. Let me not be led astray by the distractions of the world, but in all things, may I live to please you. May my life be a reflection of Christ's character, and as I come before you, may I be ever more surrendered to your will. Father, as I face difficulties, may I see each one as an opportunity to grow in my faith and trust in you. Let me not allow circumstances to pull me away from you, but instead, may I draw even closer to your presence. May my faith be unshakable, and in all things, may I trust that you are taking care of me and working on my behalf. Lord, at the end of this day, may I have the joy of knowing that I served you with all that I am and all that I have. In every moment, may I have sought to glorify your name, and may my life have been a living testimony of your grace and power. As I close this day, may I rest in your presence, knowing that you are with me every step of the way and that all I did was for your glory. Lord, as I end this prayer, I thank you for the opportunity to serve you today. I know that my labor in you is never in vain, and this gives me the motivation I need to remain steadfast in your work. May my life be an expression of gratitude and devotion to you, and may I live every moment with the sincere desire to glorify your name. May my faith be unshakable, and my dedication abundant. Father, I thank you for your faithfulness that sustains me in every moment. I know that you are by my side, guiding, strengthening, and enabling me to do your will. As I face challenges, may I have the confidence that you have already prepared the way for me, and in all things, you are working for my good. May my life be a living testimony of your goodness and love. Lord, may I live each day as an opportunity to grow in my faith and be a blessing to those around me. As I seek your presence in the morning, may I find the strength and guidance I need to face whatever comes. May I never lose sight of the value of serving you and being part of what you are doing in the world. May my life be a reflection of your character and grace. Father, as I end this day, I praise you for your goodness and constant presence in my life. I know that by coming before you in the morning, I found the strength I needed to live this day in accordance with your will. In all that I did, may your name have been exalted and glorified. May I continue to seek you every day, knowing that your grace is sufficient to sustain me in all circumstances. Lord, thank you for your faithfulness, for your protection, and for your guidance throughout this day. May I rest in your presence, knowing that I did my best to serve you and glorify your name. As I close my eyes to rest, may I have the peace of knowing that you are with me every moment and that my labor for you is never in vain. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.